Well, Lenny, it's been a funny old year for everybody. Of course, greyhound racing has very much been part of that. I think going into lockdown, I really feared for the sport and what sort of shape we might come out of it in. And I think we've done okay, but there's certainly areas to work on, aren't there?
Yes, we have done okay, and the tracks have run the competitions, which was obviously so important in this year. Moving forward, we need to encourage maybe more minor open races. They seem to be, there's a trend towards cutting back on the minor opens and just running the big competitions. My question is, how do you establish the future champions if you don't have small open races, maidens, winner of ones, of that type? They're so thin on the ground now. How do you get your young unraced dogs to come through so they can compete in the big races in the future?
And of course, for trainers like you, who you don't go graded racing, you're very much about that open class winner and doing it A-class care for the dogs. It's so important, isn't it? Otherwise, we're going to lose trainers that are doing it like that, like you.
I do think that like small unattached kennels are in danger of disappearing. Everything is geared towards large kennels with contracts and graded racing. It's a concern. I think it needs to be addressed.
Another thing that you and I have just been talking about is the fact that we used to have a full calendar ahead of us. We knew what was coming up for the following year, whereas as things stand at the moment, we know we have an Essex Vase in January, but very little we know apart from that.
Obviously, this year has been so difficult that I fully understand the difficulties of it all, and it's going to spill over into next year. But moving forward, if the sport is going to move forward, we need to get an established, racing calendar, so people know right from the beginning of the year when these races are going to be run, so they can make plans, get the right dogs for the right races, and make plans. You can't just, it doesn't just happen, overnight. You need to make plans months or in advance before you go for these big races.
You've seen derbies at several tracks in your career. Where would you like it to be in 2021?
I think Nottingham has done a very good job, to be perfectly honest. I think if they're willing to continue, Nottingham should keep it.